really stood out to me during your presentation, and you talked about it early on, was durable scalability, and that's kind of one of the objectives of the company this year. What does durable scalability mean?
I love that question. I'm going to give you a little bit of a preamble before I answer
Sure.
that. So, the annual town hall kickoff, it's really to look forward. We did take a little bit to recognize some of the past successes and put a bow on the year. We also recognize it's worth calling out that the Fort Mill Otters were a three-peat champion for decoy of the year, DC of the year. And so we put a bow on 2025, and then we've got to look forward. And so this phrase, I can't take credit for coming up with this phrase, by the way. The only thing that I can take credit for is really we got in a room, our executive strategy team, and gave some prompts to say, hey, let's do a pre-mortem on, you've heard of a post-mortem or an after-action review. We said, let's do a pre-mortem at the beginning of the year to what would it look like for the year to be successful or a failure? What could trip us up? What do we need to really make sure that we're focused on? And what do we need to deprioritize? And we went through a series of questions with our executive strategy team, answered them, and then all put them all together and had a couple of several hour meetings to really kind of hone in on where we needed to kind of rein in our focus and narrow in our focus and kind of understand the pitfalls, the blind spots that we've got to guard against. And that's kind of capturing the zeitgeist of the year, of the moment, of where we are, where Ashley is, what we're working on. And so there was a couple things that came through that. And really, I think we used a little bit of Chat GPT to kind of help us refine our thinking on this. But durable scalability is one that really kind of emerged with when we're thinking about going from a strong regional company and really pioneering in Project Cascade, going out to the north in the Northwest and planting seeds to what follows that. And you're going to do a workshop or an episode here on our word of the year, but we unveiled the word of the year being forge and going into building strength and being builders. Now that we've planted the seeds, now we got to sow and become builders. And now we're going from a regional organization to a national caliber organization. And in so doing, where are focus spots, right? And we kind of distilled it down to three, whereas last year we had four areas of focus. This year we distilled it to three. And then this phrase of durable scalability, how do we kind of make sure that we are resilient, yet agile and adaptable? How do we make sure that we protect the fortress balance sheet, protect the fortress mindset, security in our infrastructure, and can withstand curveballs and things like that? But also, how can we extend our processes, our people, our systems, and how can we really go into non-adjacent markets? So that phrase is kind of really what emerged, and it's leveraging the strong roots that we have, and then kind of building from there.
When going from a regional company, obviously a very strong base here in the Carolinas, in Georgia, and now we're expanding out to Washington, Idaho, and Maine here. What do you think? What are you most excited to, I guess, find out about? I think I asked you this very similar question. What are you most excited about when you open up Spokane? So, taking the Broad River retail way and expanding it to a national level. What excites you the most about this next opportunity, this next challenge?
Well, I think Tyler, if I may, it's really what is the why that led into this thinking, and we kind of had to
Hmm.
tell that story a little bit. So part of the storytelling here is we have a 2030 vision, and I know we're going to get to that here a little bit in this episode. But so in so doing, historically for many years we looked into growth in adjacent markets because we quality of life markets that we knew and understood are four ways that we looked at growth: current stores, current markets, new concepts in current markets, and then new markets. Well, those new markets were really always adjacent or contiguous or a drive away. And so when we casted the new vision for the 2030 vision, kind of started looking inward to say, hey, to get this double digit growth into the future, we're going to have to be willing to get out of comfort zone. And probably what I'm most excited about, to directly answer your question, is the growth that comes from that. I know from just personal experience and from seeing it, experience it here at the river, is that growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable, and you have to get yourself a little bit uncomfortable to have growth. And we say that we will grow as far as our people will take us, ... or not. And so I think it's going to be really cool to see how much our people will grow, and being able to kind of just watch that, help facilitate that, enable that, and watch our people do more than we can probably ever imagine, and really take us to this kind of different level of thinking and different level of mindset of what we can achieve, and then go execute against that.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. To watch this episode, go to youtube.com/@storiesfromtheriver. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.